Yes, we were engaged in a Skype interview from London, England. However, technical difficulties made it impossible to continue. We were talking about ancient medicine and the fact that medicine, as we understand it, begins in ancient Africa, 3,000 years before Hippocrates, and that if there is a father of medicine, it is Imhotep. We were exploring that subject in some detail when the technical difficulties overwhelmed our ability to continue. So there's only about 12 or so minutes that were recorded, but we hope that you will enjoy what you do here. And there's going to be another attempt to have a Skype interview in about another week. So I hope you will be able to benefit from that more complete interview. Thank you.
Greetings, Dr. Finch.
Greetings. Is this Heraguti or is this?
Yes, this is Gotcha Radio. I'm a particular subject for me.
Those are the surviving medical manuscripts, textbooks, if you like, scientific publications going back nearly 6,000 years, which shows you the beginnings of surgery, shows you the beginnings of pharmacology, shows you the beginnings of what we consider physiology, including brain or neurophysiology. Now, this is 3,000 years or more before Hippocrates. Hippocrates never called himself the father of medicine, I might add. That was a name given to him afterwards. In fact, Hippocrates never composed the Hippocratic Oath. That also was composed centuries after he died. So there is no, Hippocrates could not possibly be considered the father of medicine, particularly when you consider the Edwin Smith surgical papyrus, where they describe very sophisticated surgical techniques that were never, I'm sorry?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, that were never surpassed until, or even equaled until the 19th and 20th centuries. So the father of medicine, the beginning of medicine, is not to be sought in Greece. The Greeks never said, at least Hippocrates never said so. If there is a father of medicine, as such, it is Imhotep or it is no one.
Yes, I'm hearing you, my brother.
Yeah, so Imhotep is called the first figure of a physician to stand out clearly from the myths of antiquity. I call him the first universal genius of whom we have any knowledge because he was not only an extraordinary physician, a divinely gifted physician, I guess you could say, but he was also a genius of an architect. He's the one who designed and built the first great edifice in stone, the step pyramid of Saqqara, and the connecting temple. He was also prime minister under Djoser, and he was also the composer of philosophical sayings. So I call him the first universal genius of whom we have any knowledge. He was considered divinely gifted, and in the 7th century BC, about 3,000 years after his death, he was deified as a god of medicine, considered the son of Pa. So if there is such thing as a father of medicine, it is Imhotep or it is no one.
Right. So you've been cutting up, so I'm only hearing certain words
Okay.
of what you're actually saying.
Um,
But what I do understand so far, what you're saying, is that am I right to say that Imhotep far preceded the 500 years or so that BC that hello, Dr. Finch.
I'm still here. I can hear you.
Right. Yeah. Right. So that Imhotep, the father of medicine, he preceded people like Hippocrates by thousands of years.
Yeah, at least 3,000 years. But
Right.
he was turned into a god of medicine by the Egyptians and also Greeks themselves before 100 years before Hippocrates. So when the Greeks worshiped Asclepios as a father of medicine healing, they were worshiping Imhotep. Did that come through? Yeah.
I'm trying to get on. Yes.
I just wondered if that came through what I just said.
No, I didn't hear what you said just now. If you could repeat that for me.
Okay, what I was saying is that um, Imhotep lived and worked 3,000 years before Hippocrates. By
I understand that.
by the sixth century, BC, he was, and this is 100 years. This is still nearly 100 years before Hippocrates. He was deified as a god of medicine, both by the Egyptians and by the Greeks themselves. The Greeks called him Asclepios, and Hippocrates grew up in the temple of Asclepios. His father was a priest of Asclepios, so Hippocrates grew up. Hippocrates grew up worshiping Imhotep, and he would never, like I said, he did not compose the Hippocratic. No, excuse me, sorry, he never composed the Hippocratic Oath. The Hippocratic Oath was composed 2 or 3 centuries after Hippocrates died. So much that has been attributed to Hippocrates is basically false information and false history.
The name you said?
Asclepios.
Asclepios.
Asclepios. He was the Greek god of medicine, and the Greeks said Asclepios was Imhotep. Yes, there's about Amunet. Uncle Amunet has me. Well, there's a couple of things. There are general public lectures on 5 different subjects and 5 different venues, and then there are more concentrated workshops. Okay, those concentrated workshops use as subject matter things that kind of try to get to the way people live. So there's two kinds of presentations: general lecture presentations, and then there are kind of interactive workshops that are going on also. So and like I said, there's a number of different subjects that we're going to tackle.